Right. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome to JM Visuals. Today I'm just gonna be doing a redraw of this here. It's a picture of Huey that I done when I was about 12, 13. And I done it with, I can't remember what paint, I can't remember what I used to do. But, what are you saying? It was probably paint or something, I can't remember. Yeah, it was paint actually. Acrylic. I'm gonna do a redraw of it, so hope you guys like the video.
Alright, so here I'm drawing Huey from the Boondocks, and I just normally tend to start with like just the head. I always start with the head. Well, okay, 95% of the time I start with the head, and I'm just working down from the head down to the arms, the shoulders, the torso, and then down to the abs area. But I didn't really like the arms that I done here, so I kind of just tried to fix that up. Then I go on to the features of the face. I normally start with the eyes, but here I start with the hairline, and then I go on to the eyes, the nose, the mouth. But then like I didn't like the eyes here or the position of the head. I felt that the head was a bit too big, so I just used the lasso tool and made that a bit smaller. And then as you can see, I got rid of the eyes. Just, yeah, I wasn't feeling them. It wasn't really my style in a sense. But I kind of wanted to bring a bit more of the Boondock style. You know how they've got those angry eyes? Kind of wanted to like bring that. And they've always got those jaggedy eyebrows. And I kind of like that style quite a bit. It kind of reminds me a bit of like Bleach and that kind of art style like Type Kubo. So I started to do the eyebrows, eyes and everything. I don't know what that was, probably an accident, the gradient. Then I fill in the hairline, put in his hair and everything. And I put in my little fine details. So then when I finish sketching, I just normally add another layer on top, turn down the opacity of the sketch layer. Then I start to go in with a bit more details, adding clothing and everything on top of that. I just use the base layer as just the avatar or the guinea pig, so to speak, for the rest of the drawing that I'll do. So then I start to like go in with the eyes, make it a bit more detailed. I normally tend to just do like one base layer and then the other layer on top. But for some reason I've done 3. Don't ask me why. For this drawing in particular, I've done 3 layers. So I'm just going over this ink, the sketching that I've done prior to this, making it a bit more detailed, making it look a bit better, giving it some more oomph. So like, I make sure to put the stabilization for the pens all the way up to 100 whenever I'm doing like inking. I like to have it on 100, and whenever I'm sketching I have it on 0, because the stabilization just helps the brush strokes to be neater and better. And I normally tend to just play around with the brush size, but then most of the time I have the brush a little bit thicker, so then I can be a bit lighter with the brush and then a bit thicker with the brush depending on the pressure that I do. I'm just inking over what I've done prior to this, but I kind of just left the face because the face was already done quite well, so I just cropped the face out and then put it on the same layer underneath. And then after that's done, I select everything other than the inside, and then I invert it so that I can just show the inside. And when I do that, I fill it with blue. It depends on what kind of hue you're going for. And then I fill it with blue and change the, I do a new layer, fill it with blue, and then change the layer type to linear burn. Then I duplicate that layer and then turn the opacity, so I turn the opacity down to about 30% for both layers. And then the layer on top, I use the selection tool and erase everything that's on that layer. And then I start to draw the shadows in with the layer on top. So there'll be a video coming soon, just going through my sketchbook and all of my old work, and you'll see that this was one of the pieces that I done when I was in school. And I just said, you know what, let me redraw this piece. I do tend to still work with traditional art like pens and copy markers and G pens, pencil and paper. I still do, but just recently, okay, not recently, I've started using my iPad, using Clip Studio Paint, which is the stuff that I'm using now, and it's just been so much more convenient for me to use, especially seeing that I'm doing my manga. It's just so much easier just to do all digitally, and I make sure that I have copies of everything. But like with everything else, we'll get used to it. You have to get used to it. It took me quite a while just to get used to using the pen and just all of the little quick shortcuts that you can use. It took quite some time to do, but after a while I got used to it. So here I'm kind of doing like the traditional two-tone shade in Huey's hair. I think that the afro was a bit too big anyway, but it's alright. It's already done. But I always add a shadow underneath the eyes. I just love that. I don't know why. It's just something that I do. So now here I'm just adding the flats, where I'm adding just the flat colors, the skin, the clothes, hair, and I have them all on separate layers. Whenever I start putting in the flats, I always turn the tone layer off, just so that I can get the true color of the flats. Because whenever you have the tone, it will just be a darker version of the color, because the tone is going to be on it. So if you use the eyedropper tool, I think that's what it's called, then it kind of gives you the color, but with the tone as well. I'll kind of explain a bit more what I mean in future videos, but yeah. So here I just get rid of the eyes. It's not really needed to completely erase them out. You could just paint on top, but I always add a color in for the eyes, the nose, and mouth, so that there's no white spaces, because that will show through whenever you put in the background, if you have a background. So now that I've got the rough flats, I then normally go and show the tone layer. As you can see, the layer and the shadows, it shows everything. So the tone, as you can see, it looks a bit dark, and it just got that more of a, you know what I mean, that little in the picture. It just makes it look juicy, you know what I mean. So I put that in there, add the shadows, and I'm adding the pupils in. I had to keep going back because I don't remember like what his eye color was. Putting in his eyes there, and the little shadows inside the eyes just make it look a bit more 3D. And I always love adding the highlights into the eyes. I add a layer on top of everything, and then I use white just to put the nice highlights in the eyes. Makes it look a bit more realistic and gives it that little oomph. But here I realized that both eyes are different colors for different sizes, sorry. So I just went back onto the ink layer, erased that, put in the eye a bit bigger, and then I just went through like that and just sorted that out. So here I'm just putting a few highlights in his jacket, just to show that it's not a matte color, it's not matte jacket, just got a bit of a shine to it. Then adding the little shadows on the jacket as well. You can see there I kind of forgot to go in there, and I was just choosing the right layer which had the shadows. I just filled that in. So everything that I'm doing here, I've learned from Odunze, aka White Manga. I watch his YouTube videos all the time. He's been a big inspiration to me and to my artwork. So yeah, just shout out to Odunze. Keep on doing what you're doing. But as you can see here, I'm just putting in my JM Visuals logo. New merch will be coming soon, just because of Corona. It's kind of like messed up a lot of things. But at this moment, I've got my JM Visuals caps in the link in the description. You can click on my link. You can check out my Instagram, also in the link description at j.m.visuals. You can see all my merch and all my other artwork and my photography. Everything's all there. So if you guys have any ideas of any new videos that you'd like to see, any content that you'd like to see, anything that you'd like me to put on my YouTube, just leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get back to that, and I'll definitely do a video on that. I've got some videos lined up ready to go, but if you do have anything that you'd like to see in particular, just let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram, leave a comment, and I'll get that done for you. And if you were wondering how I got that back shadow just there, I duplicated the tone layer and then I moved that layer to the left slightly, went to the layer underneath, the tone layer underneath, used the selection tool, selected that area of Huey, went back to the tone layer on top and clicked erase. So it erased all of Huey but left the tone that was on the side. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know when I post. And also head over to Instagram and follow at j.m.visuals, and also my family YouTube channel, which is also in the link in the description below. And again, if you've got any ideas for any YouTube videos that you'd like to see, just send me a DM on Instagram or leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get done for you.